Browns Point Lighthouse right here in the Pacific Northwest, and it is gorgeous. I'm here visiting in my hometown. This is like the backyard stomping grounds from where I grew up, and it's my heart, my soul is right here. We have friends. Say hello. Hello world. We have Washington in the house, and these are dear friends from our dance group that we were together with. I'm so grateful for them to be here today. We're going to come into child's pose first. Bring your knees wide, hips down to heels, arms long, and forehead down. You're going to close your eyes and start to connect to your breath by slowing your breath down. Really taking your time on your inhales and exhales. Bringing the breath contained through the nose, so keeping the mouth closed just as much as you possibly can, and sending your breath down into the back of your throat. So maybe constrict your throat just a little bit, making the passageway smaller so that you're pulling air in slowly on the inhale, and then very slowly pressing the air out. This audible breath, this slow and focused way of breathing will teach you how to come out of your head and move you into that heightened state of consciousness, that safe place, that meditative state of mind that you can only access the more you are relaxed. And it's not something we can force our way into. It's something that we just happen upon and stumble upon. A lot like falling in love when you least expect it. It feels a lot like that. You are so relaxed, it takes you into this safe place where none of life's transgressions exist there. There's no non-truths. It's just you, your mat, your practice. And with every breath that you take, it moves you further and further away from the normal, busy, everyday life and deeper, deeper down into the relaxative state of mind. Taking your time, allowing your entire shoulder area, heart center to relax. And now let's activate your bandhas, starting with your core, so pulling the pelvic wall up and the navel in towards your spine, creating a strong abdominal lock here. Relax your shoulders down your back, so keep your heart center relaxed and open. Relaxed lungs, so breath easily flows in and out. Yet your core is contracted, locked out solid. And remember to keep your abdominals engaged throughout the entire practice. This will help to protect your lower back and strengthen your poses as well. So if we're just learning and conditioning ourselves, we're practicing how to breathe this way with a strong, locked out, solid core. And lungs are open. Breath easily flows in and out. No restrictions there. And now slowly come up into tabletop. So we'll come up onto the hands and knees, and we're just going to roll back and forth from cat and cow. So inhaling, rolling up through the chest, arching your back tailbone high, and exhale, round your spine now. Pull the belly in, just let your head go, back of the neck is long. Inhaling again. So we're just gonna move back and forth, opening up and warming up, just poking and prodding these tissues to life, and seeing how your back feels today. knowing that every day is different. Some days you feel great, and some days you might notice that there's something there. So if there is something there, feel free to stop and breathe into it. You're tuning the practice into your own and just seeing what's there, just noticing, and then breathing life into your spine now. And now coming into neutral tabletop position. So lifting up out of your joints, we're just going to reach opposite arm, opposite leg here, lengthening in both directions and lifting up. So we're grounding down and lifting up at the same time. Keeping the spine long, hips level. Good. Back of the neck nice and long. Good. And lock your eyes one point. Find a non-moving object. Here we balance. So just bending your knee, taking hold of your foot, pointing the toe straight up to the sky. It's okay if you fall out. It's all right. We just get right back in there. Still building up all those little muscles, learning your body awareness. So in yoga, it's not about being completely still in the pose. You're constantly moving around, adjusting, falling, and learning. So never think you're stuck in a pose. You're feeling your way into it. And release it back out to long. Lengthen out as much as you can, then set it down. Other side. Just coming into the opposite side, opposite leg, yes. You're doing great. Keeping the core connected. And lifting up through the belly as you lengthen. So reaching past the fingertips, past the toes, and locking your eyes one point. Helping to keep you balanced. And bend your knee. Take hold of your foot. You're doing great, sweetheart. It's all right. Pointing the toes straight up. Grounding down and lifting. You remind me of my daughter Scarlett when we first started yoga. Opposite arm, opposite leg. There you go. Almost. That one's a little bit harder. You're going to fly right off the mat, girl. I love it. Look at you. Same arm, same leg, same side. Ooh. Fantastic. Yes. And lengthen it out. Reach out nice and long. Setting it down now. Walk the hands forward. Now spread the fingertips wide like starfish. You want to have your thumb and your pinky away from each other as far as you can, and then suction cup your palm to the mat. Now this will help you in your down dog. Grip with your fingertips, press your knuckles down, tuck your toes, and inhale your hips high to the sky, pressing the chest back towards the thighs. And we'll just walk it out here. So bending one leg while straightening the other, and sitting back and down through your hips. So to alleviate pressure off of your wrists, lifting the hips up and sending your breath nice and high to keep you lifted. Straightening out through the shoulders and just let your head hang here. Allowing the arteries in your neck to dilate and open up, allowing more blood flow to the brain. Washing away old insights that fool you into believing non-truths. So we're just clearing that way for new insights, new creativity. And now pull the belly in. Inhale, right leg lifts up long behind you. It's more about length than it is about height. So maybe roll the right hip down just so it's even with the left. And squeeze, scissoring the thighs, the inner thighs, in towards the midline center of the body. So we're harnessing our energy here, learning how to use our midline strength. On the next exhale, we're going to step it wide, right foot outside, right hand for a low lunge. Bring the back knee down to the mat here. And we're just going to allow the knee to come open. So you're looking at the bottom of your foot and you're just on the outer edge. So you can stay up here, Very gently breathing into your hip flexor. Or if that feels okay, so we're just noticing if that feels okay in the body, you can come down onto your forearms. It's whatever feels good to you. Or maybe you stay up. So we're tuning our awareness into our body and just noticing it without judgment. So letting go of any picture of what you think it should be or where you think you should be at right now, and allowing yourself to be whatever it is you are right here, right now. It's not about getting somewhere or how deep you can go into a pose. It's about feeling how it is in your own body and your own biochemical structure. And knowing that every day is different. Some days you're more open and some days you're a little bit tighter. So on those days that you're a little bit more tighter, you just work the breath a little bit deeper. And now slowly starting to come out. Just coming back up onto your hands. We're going to very gently press back. Just coming into a calf stretch now. So sitting the hip down by the heel. Just flexing your toe up towards the sky. And reaching your arms nice and long, just like we did in child's pose. And allowing the back of the leg to stretch. And you can point the toe if you like, getting a little bit of a different stretch, activating a little bit more of the muscles that connect from the lower back down through the pelvic area into the top of the leg. And release, coming back forward. Now we're going to come into full crescent. So just setting your hands on the inside of the foot, tuck your toes, lift the back knee up. So straightening the leg and really press back through the heel. This will help to keep you balanced. Solid foundation. Activate your core here and breathe your way. Inhale, upper body, arms to rise. Now eyes are focused, one solid point. Once you still the eyes, still the mind, and the body will follow. And when you are so focused, your yoga, yoking mind, body, breath, all in one direction, it's your ekagrata, all distractions will just eclipse themselves. When life throws you a curveball, focus your eyes. Deepen your breath. Be open to trusting the universe. And now bending the elbows behind the back, fingertips to touch, opening up the heart center towards the sky. And exhale, both hands come down to the mat. Now use your palms to press the feet back into high plank, high push-up position. So lowering the hips and pressing back through your heels and forward through the crown of your head. Now this will keep the lift and pressure up off your wrists. So make sure the wrists are stacked directly under shoulders. Modify as needed, knees can be up or down. Now bend the elbows and lower it. Hover about halfway here, keep them tucked into your sides. Activate your core. You're strong, you can do this. Inhale, straighten the arms, roll over the tops of the toes. Open up the chest, open up the shoulders, and pull the heart center away from the heels very, very gently. Activate the core now. Use your abdominals to pull the hips back up and away into your downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Slow in through the nose and slow out through the nose. Inhale, other side. Left leg reaches long behind you, lengthening it back, activating every muscle in this leg. So stretching past the toes. And exhale, stepping it wide. Left foot outside, left hand, back knee comes down to the mat. Just breathe into this side for a moment, allowing the knee to splay open. Seeing the bottom of the foot here. Just seeing what's in here today. Seeing how this side feels, knowing that each side is different. And maybe if this is the tighter side, then we just breathe a little bit deeper into the side. Keeping the back of the neck long, and you can come down a little bit further if you like, if that feels good to you. So just listening to the body, seeing how it feels. And remembering in yoga, you can always pull out. If you ever go too far in a pose, you can always come right back out. Just coming to that place where you can be and breathe for that moment. And one more breath here. And now slowly start to come back out, straightening the arms, bringing the knee back in, tucking the back toes, straightening the leg, lifting it up. Now make sure there's plenty of room between the feet. That way you're not balancing on a tightrope. Strong foundation. Then press back through your back heel, activate your core, and inhale. Upper body, arms to rise. Good. Squaring yourself off to the front and maybe lifting the right hip. Sometimes we sink down into it, so just lifting it up so that it's even with the left. That way your hips will match what the shoulders are doing, which are relaxed down your back. The eyes are focused, one point. Solid, non-moving object. Mind, body, breath, all moving, working in the same direction as one integrated unit. Now bring the arms behind you, interlace the hands, shoulder rinse. Just relax the shoulders, back and down. Elongate the back of your neck to keep your spine aligned with the mind, uplifted and long. So lifting up through the crown of your head and gently pressing the glands in your neck, very gently down towards your chest. Focusing your breath here. Knowing that whenever you press on these glands in your neck, it's that instant trigger for relaxation. It's always there whenever you need it. And let's release the arms. Inhaling them up and back, just to open up the chest, bending the elbows, letting your heart center rise. And exhale, both hands come down to the mat. Press the mat away, step back into high plank. Here we flow it out, bend the elbows, lower it down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, rolling into upward facing dog, and exhale. Use the core, activate your hips, pulling them back up and away. Down dog. Now let's walk it out again. So straightening one leg, bending the other. Now we're poking and prodding these tissues to life. So we're waking it up, creating heat within ourselves that we make happen. And that heat is what will burn up the rubbish that needs to be expelled and recycled out of the body. So use your breath here. The inhale, you're inhaling more life force, more prana and oxygen, more energy. And on the exhale, you're expelling what you no longer need. So really focus on the exhale as well. It's that dance, letting in and letting go. All right, moving on. Inhale, right leg lifts up high to the sky. Really stretch past the toes. And exhale. This time we're going to step it through, place between the feet, between the hands, but between the hands. Back heel comes down. Now really lock in those, so send the right hip back, left hip forward, activate your core. Inhale, upper body, arms to rise. Just relax your shoulders down your back. Lifting up through the core. And eagle arms. So swooping the left arm underneath the right and just wrapping them around here. And if this is unavailable to you, especially if you're a guy, you just reach for your shoulders. That's perfectly fine. It's not about where the palms are. It's about relaxing the shoulder blades wide apart from each other, down the back, elongating the back of the neck, and then lifting the shoulders up, or the elbows up to your shoulder height. Releasing any tension that may or may not be there under the scapula. So breathing past the muscles, deep into the fascia, the connective tissues. All those tiny little supportive muscles that support your infrastructure here. So we want to breathe deep, deep into the skeletal structure. And then from here, we're going to take flight. Inhale, press off your back foot. Just going to come into warrior 3 with eagle arms. So just doing the best that you can. And a teeter-totter, bring upper body down. Left leg lengthens behind. And so locking your eyes one point to help you balance. And again, don't worry if you fall out. You just get right back in. Now the more you fall, the more you're building all of those tiny little muscles we were just talking about to support that balance. And when we are balancing, you're using every bit of your focus, attention, every muscle, every cell in your body. So breathe that energy into it to help sustain you. And now coming into full eagle, slowly, just doing the best that you can. Standing up, bringing the left leg over the right, and just very slowly, mindfully, coming into your cross-legged position. Just wrapping the legs around and then leveling the hips. So trying to get the hips and shoulders square to the front. Again, focusing the eyes. We won't be here for too much longer. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale to standing. So just unwinding the legs, unwinding the arms. Inhaling up. Releasing the pose here. Reaching it back. Now bending the elbows. Just let your head rest on your arms here. Opening up the heart center. Really tuck your tailbone under. Deep release for the back. And exhale. Hands through heart center. Forward fold. Now we're coming into ragdoll here. So you're just going to grip your big toes with your 2 fingers. And we're going to bend one knee and straighten the other. Going back and forth. So we're getting deep into the lower back now. And when you're breathing, you want to go from one opposite end of the spectrum to another. So whether you're on the in-breath or the out-breath, it doesn't really matter at this point. The only thing that matters is that you're breathing your way from A to B, from here to there, seamlessly transitioning night to day, day to night, hot to cold. So this is the resting pose. We're using that heat that we created in the last pose to really get deep into the back side of the body, the lower back and the hip area. Because when your blood is pumping and your heat is at its peak, that is when we use our breath to recycle whatever that needs to be let go of the body to go. And now release the hands back down to the mat and just step it back into high plank. We're going to flow it out, press back through your heels, nice and strong, forward through the crown of your head. Make sure the wrists are stacked directly under the shoulders and bend the elbows, lower it down. Use your core. Inhale, rolling it up. Good. Lifting the heart away from the heels, thighs are dynamically engaged. Good. And exhale. Lifting it back up and away. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale. Left leg, other side. Lengthening it up and back, nice and long. Reach past the toes. And exhale. Bring it through. Step the foot between the hands. Warrior 1. Back heel anchors down. Locking the hips. Strong core up and at 'em. And allowing your breath. So taking your time to move from one side to the other. And noticing that maybe the side is a little bit different. Lifting up. We're always adjusting from ground up. Remember, not being stuck in a yoga pose. Always breathing and adjusting and feeling your way from one side to the other. So if this side's a little bit tighter, deepen the breath. Eagle arms now, so just breathe the right arm down under the left, wrapping them around and taking whatever position you did before. Rolling the shoulders down and back, lifting the elbows up towards the shoulder height, and focusing your eyes one point, one direction. Getting ready to take flight now. Inhale, press off the right foot, strong left leg, And slowly start to lower upper body down as you lengthen your leg back and away. Press back through the toes. And maybe level out your hips. So roll the right hip down just so it's even with the left. And press down through all corners of your standing foot, your standing leg. So using every bit of the foot that we're given now. Moving into your full eagle slowly. Bring the right leg up and over. And then coming into a cross-legged position. And slowly, just doing the best that you can. Locking the eyes, leveling the hips, leveling the shoulders. And squeezing in towards your midline. Now whenever distractions come around, this is what we use to practice our ekagrata. Focusing the eyes one point so that distractions just seem to eclipse themselves. One more breath here. And release to standing, shaking out the legs, just letting it go. Releasing any tension. Inhale, circle sweep up. Gentle back bend, bending the elbows behind the back. Nice release, lifting up from the base of the spine. And exhale, hands through heart center again. Forward fold. Now this time, separate the feet wider than shoulder width distance apart. And then slightly turn the toes in with the heels out and just slide the fingertips right under the feet, toes up to the wrists. This is gorilla. Now bend your knees as much as you like. Let go of the picture of what yoga looks like. And just feel that stretch deep in your lower back, deep in your sacrum. Allowing whatever is there to just release itself. Let your head go. Let your head just hang. Cast all your worries aside. And breathe it out. Anchoring your breath. One more deep restorative breath here, gathering up your energy. And exhale. Release your hands, set them down on the mat, and you can press it away. Maybe hop back into high plank. Good. Bend the elbows, lower it down. We're going to flow it out. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting the hips back into down dog. Deep breath here. In through the nose, slow. Come up high onto the tippy toes. And exhale. Now hover your knees. Just bring your knees down to the mat here. Now this is as far as we'll go for just a moment. We're going to really activate the core here. So lengthen through the crown of your head. We're just going to hold it here in your turbo dog. Flat back, belly in. And straighten the legs back out. Down dog. Press the chest back towards the thighs. Walk the feet just in a little bit. And we're going to come into dolphin. So bring the forearms down to the mat. Elbows come down. And really widen the shoulder blades apart from each other. Just doing the best that you can. And there's no pressure in the top of the head here. Keep the core pulled up and in. And now walk the toes all the way back. We're going to lower the hips, keeping the dolphin arms down into your plank. Good. Good, good, good. And now rolling it open. Coming onto the sides, left arm stays there. Right arm comes up, high to the sky, reaching it up. Good. Sides of the feet. Now lifting your hips up as much as you can. And opening up your arm all the way back behind you. Reaching it back. Good. Yes. Heart center to the sky. Yes. And switch sides. Right hand comes back. Forearm down. Twisting over. Activating the core. Good. And lifting up. Reaching up as high as you can. And then sending it open. Opening the arm back behind you. Alleviating pressure off your bottom shoulder by sending your breath up. Oops. Whoa! Up and away. I'm gonna roll away and come back to center. Good. Come back onto your hands, so pressing back up. We're almost there. Pull forward, bend the elbows, lower it down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Open it up. And exhale, down dog. So take a moment here. You can take child's pose if you need to. Or else you can make down dog your resting pose, breathing slow in through the nose and out through the nose. And now warrior two, inhale, right leg lifts up, long behind you, lengthening it out, stretching past the toes. Exhale, step it through, plant between the feet, and inhale up, warrior one first, then opening up to the side, warrior two. So now the hips went from this to this, open to the side, and then pressing your knee out towards the pinky toe, and then leveling the hips. Sometimes we sink down, so just lifting them up so that they're level with the shoulders, and we want them to always match what the shoulders are doing to keep your hips in safe. Remembering, activate your core. So see if you can pull the heels in towards each other. And this will help to build all of the tiny muscles needed to support that infrastructure. And now moving into side angle, right elbow to the knee, but be careful not to sink down into there. So always stay as lifted as you can. So using your side waist to keep you lifted, the elbow is just that point so that you can reach up high through the uplifted arm. So reaching up like that helping hand up there. This will keep the pressure up so you can balance the grounding down and lifting up at the same time. And now take this bottom hand and reach it forward, lifting and reaching, just doing the best that you can. Good, good, good. And then send the fingertips down towards the ground. Left arm long over the head, so stretching it out, long line here. One more breath. And inhale, use your upward hand to lift you up, radiate your warrior. Reversing it up and back, really stretching out of your side waist. And cartwheel both hands down to the mat. Press the mat away, step it back into high plank, lower it down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, use your core to pull back, up and away. Deep breath here, slow through the nose. And slow out through the nose. Other side now, inhale, left leg. Lifts long behind, reaching past the toes. Last sequence here, exhale. Stepping it through, planting between the feet. Anchor the back heel down as you inhale. Upper body arms to rise, warrior one. And then opening it up, warrior two to the side. Good, beautiful, beautiful. Always adjusting from the ground up. So remember, never stuck in a yoga pose. Always breathing and adjusting. Both heels in one line. Maybe leveling out the hips, rolling the shoulders back down. Pressing the knee out. So you're spiraling the thighs out away from each other. And relaxing the shoulders down, locking your eyes, one point. Using your breath to move now, side angle. The deeper your breath, the more energy that you'll bring to your poses. So opening up the shoulders to the side and remembering to lift as well as ground at the same time. Balancing that action with relaxation and remembering to keep the heart center relaxed. Lungs, no tension there. And then reach the bottom arm forward, reaching it forward as you twist just for a moment, and then sending the fingertips down towards the ground. Top arm long, reaching towards the front. Lengthening it all the way from the heel past the fingertips as you open it up. Good. And just one more breath here. It's the last one. Now inhale, use your upper arm to lift you into radiating your warrior now. Releasing it up and back, deepening your front lunge. And cartwheel, hands down to the mat. Step it back, flow it out, lower it all the way down. Inhaling it up. And exhale, lifting the hips back and up, down dog, breathing it away. Now here we're going to come into an active pigeon. So inhale, right leg long, lifting it up and back. Exhale, now you're going to step the foot towards the left hand. Just bring the knee out to the side. And we're going to activate this pigeon just for a moment. So stay up on the hands, press back through the heel, and lift here. So send the right hip back, left hip forward, being very gentle with your breath. And really getting into the sacrum now. So sending your breath there, deep into the hips just for a moment. And now lowering it down, coming into your passive half pigeon. So you're just going to scooch your bottom leg back, scooching the hips back, and just coming into a really comfortable pigeon here. So finding that place where you can bring the left hip forward, just to even it out with the right, so you get a nice good stretch. And then breathing your way down. Maybe come down a little bit further. Or maybe you stay up on your hands. If you're up on the hands, that's perfectly fine. Just being and breathing wherever you are at. Knowing that where your edge is at is enough. So finding your edge and playing with your edge, maybe you elongate your arms just a little bit further. Stretching out the shoulders. And we're going to come into a deeper shoulder stretch. So if your arms are all the way long, you're going to leave the right hand there and just thread the left arm through and under the right shoulder. Good. Good, good, good. Now rolling the shoulders down your back, away from the ears. And breathing into your upper middle back here. Sending your breath between the shoulder blades. Encountering the down dogs and the planks that we've done. So just releasing any tension in between the shoulder blades. Now we're slowly going to come out of it. So pressing back up onto the hands. Walking the hands in towards the body. Coming into King Pigeon just for a moment, bending the back knee, taking grip of your foot, and then very gently kicking back into that grip just to open up the shoulder. Good. Just allowing it to open up here. And slowly start to release. Now what we're going to do here is move into double pigeon. So rolling on to the right hip and very gently guiding the leg around and pressing the heel above the right knee. Now scooching the bottom leg out just to line up one shin above the other, and then bring the hands out to the sides and lifting yourself up just to even out your hip bones so that your hip bones are nice and evenly sitting down on the ground. Good, good. And some days my knee is all the way up here, and then other days it just goes all the way down. It just depends. Depends on the day, depends on wherever you're at. So just observing yourself without judgment, and then keeping your feet flexed here. Yeah. So the more you flex your feet and activate your feet, the more protected these knee joints will be. And also working the ankles and all the tiny little muscles and bone structure in your foot. Now, if this feels okay, if your hips feel okay, we're going to add in the arms. So inhale, both arms come up Now you're just going to reach for the right elbow here and see how that feels. Yeah, see how that feels. And you can stay here, or if it feels okay, then bend the elbow, reaching for the middle of your back, and then the left arm comes down around, just reaching for the fingertips. And if your fingertips don't touch, that's okay. Just reaching there. The most important thing is rolling the shoulders open and down the back. This is a deep release here. Deep release of long held holding patterns that we come into from driving, sitting, working, yes. So we're just going to undo that and counter that here. Also, the shoulders and the hips, they absorb much pressure and much stress, and sometimes tension gets stuck between the joints. So here we are, breathing that pressure out, relieving that pressure away, using our breath. So take one more solid, full, deep breath. And then on your next exhale, releasing the arms. We're going to very gently pick up the top leg and send it back to switch sides. We're just going to come back, same way we went in. So back into your half pigeon, setting your hands, tuck your back toes, and lift the back knee up. So we're activating our pigeon now, and press. Right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Reaching it out just to lengthen, stretch it out. And set the foot down. Other side, inhale, left leg lengthens up, reaching it nice and long. And exhale, stepping the foot towards the right hand. Activating your pigeon now, so really pressing back through your heel, keeping your feet flexed nice and strong, and pressing back through the hips. Really breathing it there. Activate your core, pulling as much of the pelvic wall up and in to stretch out the sacrum. One more full round of breath in your active pigeon. And setting it down. So here we surrender it all down into the ground, because we have autopilot. And then when things are just a little bit too much, we give it all up. We surrender it down, and we do that by relaxing our muscles and breathing our way into it. So just let yourself go and maybe come down a little bit further, knowing that you can always come out. And it's not about how deep you go into the pose, right? We're just feeling our way through it and navigating all those thousands of uncharted regions within the body. Bringing your awareness within and becoming explorers and voyagers within your own self. Seeing what's there without judgment, without labeling or analyzing, just observing and noticing and breathing into it. Especially if it's a part of yourself that you've ignored for a really long time, you just breathe into it. And if you'd like to elongate your arms and go for the shoulder stretch as well, then leave the left hand there, and right arm threads through and under the left shoulder. Now send the shoulder down your back, away from the ear, so that there's lots of space between the earlobe and the shoulder. So in a long neck. And this will just help you get deeper of a stretch. And then breathe into the middle of your back and between the shoulder blades as you lengthen up, pulling up through the crown of your head. And you're also using your arms as leverage here. That way all the pressure isn't on your hip. So if you've got your hands down, you're kind of lifting and pressing down through the hands to alleviate that pressure. So again, just playing with the pose, seeing what's good for you in your particular body, and adjusting to that. Because there's no greater teacher than your own body It'll tell you when to push and when to pull back. And listening to those signals and respecting that. And now slowly coming out, breathing your way back up. And then bending your back knee, coming into King Pigeon. And just reaching back, taking a grip, countering the pose by gently kicking back into that grip, allowing your shoulder to just open up. Continuing to lift up since you're already grounding down, so balancing your action with relaxation, focused breath. And now moving into your double pigeon, I'm going to slowly roll onto the left hip, taking hold of this top leg and just bringing it around. Setting the heel right above the knee, and then scooching the bottom leg out, just so you can line one shin above the other. And then once you have it, just hands to the sides and lift the hips up, just so you can set them back down nice and evenly, grounding both hip bones, sit bones down to the ground. Keeping the feet flexed and activated. Good. And squaring off your shoulders. So you want your shoulders to match what the hips are doing. And then roll the shoulders back and down, lengthening up through the spine. Really turning on the breath now. Taking that moment to allow yourself to come from one opposite end of the spectrum to another. So that's morphing, seamlessly transitioning from day to night, night to day. And you do that using your breath. Conscious breathing will help to keep you protected and keep you strong so you can explore within yourself. Now adding in the arms if that feels good. So you're just going to inhale, reaching the arms up, right fingertips to the left elbow, and maybe you stay here, rolling the shoulders open and back. And then if this feels good, then just reaching the left fingertips towards the middle of the back and then sending the right arm, swooping it back behind you, and maybe reaching for the fingertips. It's okay if they don't touch. The main focus is rolling the shoulders open and back. Really getting into the rotating cuff here. Sending the breath all the way deep past the bones, down into that marrow, increasing the blood flow as you breathe in the energy, and then using the exhale to expel whatever may or may not be stuck in there, whatever pressure or tension, whether it be emotional, physical, whatever it is. Use your exhale to breathe it out, just letting it go. And you will notice that when you are so focused, the distractions just seem to give up and go away, leaving you alone, refreshed and renewed. One more deep breath. Slowly start to release. And shake out your shoulders, just letting go of any tension that may or may not be there. And we're going to slowly come out, same way we went back in. So gently lift up your leg, sending it back long behind you. Coming back into the half pigeon, hands in front. Now tuck the back toes, activate your pigeon. Now lift the leg up and press the feet back. Oh, three-legged dog, lengthen it out. Nice and long, stretching it out. And then setting the foot down. Come into down dog for just this last one. I'm going to come into the down dog twist in just a moment. So press your chest back towards your thighs. Just let your head go here. We released all that pressure in the shoulders. So now let's finish that up with some strength. Walk the feet in just a little bit to shorten your stance. Everyone's just going to come into the revolve dog. So reach the right hand, the fingertips just wrap around the outer edge of the left ankle. Just let your head hang. There you go. Coming into a twist. So send the shoulder blade down your back, getting as much of a stretch into the upper back. We're decompressing the spine as well in down dog. And see if you can send the left hip back, countered with the pressure of the fingertips wrapping around the ankle. So if you can feel that natural traction there, so you're flexing the left hip back as you grip on the ankle, gently breathing, and switch sides. Right hand comes back, and the left hand just wraps around the opposite ankle. Now you're going to send the right hip back very slowly, gently. So we're going to psoas muscle here. And one more deep breath. Deep breath into the strength because your muscles are flexed and strong, yes. And release. Back to down dog, knees down to the mat. Just going to come into a comfortable seated position here. Bend the left knee, extend the right leg long, heel to inner thigh. Inhale, arms come all the way up and square your shoulders, chest over the extended leg. So just rotate the body to match your leg, and exhale, hinge at the waist. So instead of rounding at the back, keep the lower back flat and reach past the fingertips and just allow yourself to come down over the leg now. Now here we go passive. We've been activating our poses. So now we're coming into that passive place where you allow your breath to do all the work. Just allow the muscles to fall where they may. Maybe even come away from the bone as you breathe that focused yogi breath into it. Yoga means to yoke, unite, and bring together. Mind, body, breath, all working same direction. So here's where you turn the breath on and see how many muscles in your body you can relax at the same time. We are circulating the breath in and out through the nose, permeating every cell within the body here. And when we're in this position, we are putting pressure on the digestive system. And this pose will help alleviate more things in the body that need to be recycled out, especially when we press on the abdomen in this way and we breathe. So here is where the breath really gets to shine and do the work in cleaning the body up. So circulating it through the belly, sending it all the way down the back of your leg, improving that circulation and blasting through any blockages that may or may not be there. Simple pose, but it's doing so much. And let's slowly start to switch sides now. So walk the hands in and switching. Right heel in, left leg long, and then just sitting your hips back. Inhale, just to get more space and length through the spine, squaring the torso over and reach it far as you can, hinging at the waist, smoothing out any lowering in the back or rounding in the back, and just allowing your torso to fall over your extended leg and just letting yourself be wherever you are at. So this pose is not so much about flexibility, it's about releasing whatever is stuck in the abdominal area and improving circulation along the back of your leg. So again, it's not how far you can go in a yoga pose or how it looks. It's about feeling and breathing your way into releasing whatever needs to be recycled out. We absorb, and reserve so much of the world in our bodies which are like pin cushions during the day. So that is why we do yoga, so that we can release everything that is impressed upon us. So we can reset ourselves and anchor ourselves and repattern our brains into what's really true. So just forget everything anyone's ever told you about yourself. And breathe deep and free. Let your breath do all the work, setting your mind aside. You know, when the body becomes still, that's when the mind becomes most active. And this is why it's so important to get yourself into nature. That way you don't have anyone telling you who you are, so that you can remember and connect to your true self. That way you can be emotionally sound, strong mind, body, and soul, so you can show up for yourself in the time when you need you most, as well as your loved ones and those around you. So deep breath, especially into the abdominal area. Improving that circulation, that blood flow through the legs. And exhale, expelling any kind of rubbish that needs to be recycled out. It wants to leave your body. Sometimes it gets stuck, so use that exhale to let it go. And you'll slowly start to come back up. And walking the hands in, bringing the feet together, and just coming comfortable Sukhasana position here. Rolling the shoulders down and back. Almost done. Inhale, circle, sweep arms, come all the way up. Exhale, thumbs right up to the center of the forehead here. And now we set our intention. Now we've cleared the passageway. New insights. This is where the creative juices flow. So whatever your intention may be, open yourself up. Go right to that source, right to the source of that intention. Driving motivation right deep down there inside of you. And whatever your intention is, let's breathe life into it now 3 times. Inhale, pressing up, sending it out. Far, far away, edges of the universe, and exhaling, coming right back to your heart center. 2 more times. Inhaling up, sending it out and around, and exhaling as you come right back to you. Last time, sending it up, out, and around. And as you exhale, we come right back to where we all began. Thumbs up to third eye center. I thank you so much for practicing with me, joining us on this amazing journey of self-discovery, creating the best possible versions of ourselves. Aloha, mahalo, and namaste.